Okay, I wasn't really ready to do this video yet, but it's coming up on group again, so I guess I'll go ahead and touch upon this. There is always the debate about the trees, and I know that some people think that you need to save them and sell all four at the same time, or all five, whatever you have, but that just simply is not true. And I've got a few that I need to buy right now. One of them being the almond tree. Sorry, I'm going to go ahead and decline that for right this second. And I've got 5 almond trees. So let's go ahead and, okay. Actually, I'm pretty close to clearing all of them. So let me do that. All right, so now I need to buy 5 almond trees, okay? So let's go on in here. Let's see how much these almond trees are. And like I said, some people think that you should purchase them all at once, and some people know that you should purchase them one at a time. Okay, for the first almond tree, it's $31,850. Okay, so we put that down. And the second one is $31,850. The third one is $47,775. Let me see if that shows up down here. The next one is going to be $71,662. And the last one is going to be $107,493. So, had we only had to buy one of them, we would have saved $70,000 on the last tree. So, I have 2 pairs left to buy. So, let's go ahead and buy those. So, the first one is $57.30. And buying the next one is $85.90. So by only buying the last 2, we're still paying the lower price. All right, and I've got 1 coffee tree I need to buy. So I'm only spending $46,230 on that tree, where if I had bought all of them, they would just go up. Here's something that I actually do. You notice I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 grapefruit trees. Well, in here I have 2 more. And then I always double, like as soon as I use them, I use a fertilizer on them and double them up. So the next time I go to use them, I have double the amount of grapefruits. So now I'll just go in and fertilize them. So if I need to come in here and grab them. And I also have extra pomegranates in here too. And you're probably wondering how I have so many pomegranates when we're only allowed to have 5 of them. And somehow I have 11. And the grapefruit, we're only supposed to have 4, but somehow I have 7. And like I said, what I do is, the ones out here will normally get fertilized, so I don't always do them out here. But like, see how there's a dead tree here? That revitalizer. So now that's how I have so many grapefruit trees and so many pomegranate trees. And that is where pet training comes into play, because the things that you get from pet training, one of them being revitalizers. I'm so sorry. The pollen and everything is heavy in the air. So here's what I do. I am almost constantly making either pomegranate, zucchini muffins, blueberry muffins. And the main one I usually make is, I always have 1 windmill full of almond flour. So if you're to the level where you can actually make almond flours, before you do this, like, I would always sell the almonds. I would just be constantly doing the almonds, doubling up on them, and buying more trees. And then when you start making the almond flour, I always have it going. I'm always harvesting these almonds, and I'm always harvesting the plums, which, you know, never wither. And then when you sell these things in here, I don't know why this is doing this. It's really hard to click right this second. Okay, so if you even sell 10 plums, which never wither, have everybody hit them when they visit your farms, and you can sell them for $35,000. I'm almost always constantly selling those. And then your almonds, before you can start making your almond flour, you get $24,000. Your grapefruits, as we all know, 45,230. Okay. But the thing that I do, instead of selling anything, the plums I do sell that way, but the other ones I don't. Because the plums, honestly, the only thing really that you can make that's, you know, pretty substantial is the sugar plum. And the sugar plums sell for, I think I do have one right now. So the sugar plums, yeah, I do. You can sell those for basically 50,000 coins a piece. So, and then the grapefruit gumdrops, I'm not sure if I have one made or not, but with the sugar plums, you have to, you know, make the syrup and everything. So it does take a little bit of a process. And then I don't think I have, let me go ahead and make one of the gumdrops. So I can show you what those sell for. All right. But the key is to sell your products. Ooh, I may have had one already. Because if you do that, they usually show up at the bottom. So I must already have one. Did I say gumdrops? That's what I thought. Let's see. There we go. Oh, I did have a few. Okay. So for even selling one of these, you're at 20,000. So, and as far as things you sell with the grapefruit, I make these all the time, and they really do they do really sell, you know, fairly high. So let's make one of those, because I don't think I have one. I think I sold them all. Let's go ahead and make one of these. I can show you what those sell for. Actually, I'll show you the muffins too while we're here. And the pomegranates. And the grapefruit. And then I'll show you the smoothie too that I make quite often. Okay. So for one pomegranate muffin, 25,000. Let's go 10 pomegranates, 35,000. Got 9,600 for these, and they only take 15 minutes to make. And then 20,000 for the smoothies. Okay. And the smoothies take 9 minutes. I'm like making these constantly. Just yesterday I was doing the clothing thing and it needed some shake stuff, so that's why they're not going. But I make those absolutely constantly. And I used to, before I could do the shakes, I would make these constantly. Okay, So like I showed you the muffins, these all sell, really well. These ones especially sell well. Did I show you one of the blueberry muffins? I may not have had one. Let's see. I do. Okay. These sell pretty high too. So for one muffin, you get 58,442 coins. So yes, I make those a ton. But here's the thing that I make almost constantly is these cookies. Okay? And yes, it does use up my pine trees, and yes, it does use up my date trees. Guess we could do the dates too and see. But these cookies sell super well. Let me see if I have one to show you. So you got to get past the, spending for the trees and get to the place where you are selling the cookies and selling the other things. So just for one cookie, we're at 33,000, okay? So if you have 10 of them, you're at 337,000. So that's what I do. So let's see how much one date tree is. Let me see if the other ones are close, and I'll knock them down if they are. Okay. One date tree is 156,600. Okay. So yes, you're spending that for one tree, but if you get 6 dates out of this tree and you sell 6 of these cookies, okay, so if you get 6 dates from one tree, you can sell those for 21,000, or let's see, I think it's 2 cookies. Let's double check how many cookies you can get out of one tree if you get 6. Yeah, so you could sell 2 cookies. And I do realize that there are the other things too, the pine and everything. So sell 2 cookies and you're getting 67,000 back from that. So I don't know. That's what I do, and that's how I went back, because what happened when they did the flash, I was at like 52 million coins and I went to 0. I started to go buy something and then I couldn't even buy it, and I look up there and I'm zeroed out on my coins. So I fought for like 6 months trying to figure out how to, like every time I would buy trees, it'd be like $1 million, and then I'd be bankrupt. And it took me like 6 months to figure out how to get above it and above $1 million. And this is how I did it. I started making sure that I got double on every tree that got harvested. I did the extra trees. I put the trees into the greenhouse, to kind of at least save 2 of them, so I didn't have to buy all 4. I only had to buy 2. And I started making these products like nonstop. Like I said, at first the grapefruit parfait, and then I started making the grapefruit smoothie, and then I'm just constantly making, the flour and stuff. I actually dedicate this usually to always only having the flour. Whoops, I'm clicking the wrong one. I was wondering why it was potatoes. This one, I'm always making this flour. Even when I have 3 things for the event that have to have flour, I'm still always doing that nonstop. And now, I don't know how long it's been since we lost Flash, but I'm back to 58 million coins and can pretty much, buy freely as I need to. So, there is a way. Whoops, sorry. I forgot to turn my phone off. But there is a way and that is the way. And if you can use your revitalizer and, do your extra trees, and yes, I do realize it only gives you 3 hits on it, but if you go ahead and fertilize that, when somebody hits it, you're going to get double pomegranates. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And I know that this tree thing always, oh my gosh, it causes so many fights on groups. And I usually just take the post down because I end up having to deal with people fighting, deleting friends, leaving the group over it. I mean, just different stuff like that because people fight over it. But I mean, this is it right here. I'm showing you. This is how the trees go. And if you want to make, back your coins and everything, this is how you do it. Trust me, because I had to do it. I almost quit the game over it. I almost like completely left the game because that happened. It was utter insanity. Sorry, Chris. Let's see. 1, 3, 6. I mean, I could show you again. Let's go ahead and ripen these, and I'll show you one more time. But I mean, it just is the truth, plain and simple. And I know I'm not using my fertilizer right now. I'm just doing it this way. All right. Whoops. Gonna have lots of dates. My clicker in my finger is not working right today. It's still early. All right, we're down to the last one. All right, so now we have to buy the date trees. So let me show you again that by buying the date trees, the first one is 46,400, okay? The next one is 69,600. So if you only had to buy one of them, you already saved basically 20,000 right there. The next one is 104,440. And 156,600 for the next one, for the fourth one. So by the time you're buying the fifth one, whoops, there isn't a fifth one. That was the fourth one. But that's what I'm saying. So what did I say? 146 for that one and 41 for that one. I believe. I don't remember. But that's 100,000 coins right there. So if you're doing that with every tree, letting them go. Oh, there was a fifth one right there. So if you're letting them go every time, that's what's happening. You're spending all your coins doing that. As soon as a tree dies, replace it. Replace it immediately. I am so sorry. So I did the coffee. I've got all of these trees. But that is the truth about the trees. And then, yeah, utilize your greenhouse if you want to. I know people get so upset about the trees and if people come on and click them. But you can store them in your greenhouse if you don't want somebody to click them. And you can also, just like this, like, sure, I mean, I'll always accept these, but for this, I'm just going to decline it because I don't want them hitting these trees. Because, let's see, is it going to kill any trees? No. But if I decline it, then I don't have to worry about it because my trees stay the same. But then you also don't make the money that you would have made by getting these black olives. Let's get them. Okay, I'm going to get them, and then I'm going to go ahead and have this person fertilize them. Okay, so the next time I'm pulling off my trees, I'm going to have double black olives. So I'm going to go down here, and actually I was getting ready to make these, so, and the screen drops. Okay, hold on, takes a second. So I'm going to go ahead and use this one. But I'm going to go ahead and make these black olives. But make these black olives into olive oil. So then I have olive oil going anyway. So I'll just utilize them. But right now I'm getting ready to make these guys. So that's why I'm saving that machine. So instead of being upset that somebody hit them, utilize them. Utilize what they do for you. So now I've got these doubled up. So when next time when these ripen, I'm going to go ahead and have double black olives. So that's the truth about the trees, and I'm sorry if it upsets anybody, but I've been dreading making this video. But this morning somebody posted about how upset they were about the tree, so here it is. Happy farming. Subscribe, like, comment, tell me anything you want to see, and I'll be happy to do it.